Hope Hillary Clinton catches fire, dies, and burns in hell. And welcome to the Whitey White Guys show. I'm Whitey. This is Cracker. Let's slide up that one. There we go.
Good.
And we were just talking about Ghostbusters 2016. I did a review where I did a non-review and said I'm not going to watch it. I still ain't seen it, but he went and saw it.
I streamed it illegally.
Saw it. And then
my daughter showed me.
He was telling me about it, and it hurt so bad. I felt.
Be quiet, okay?
I felt that we'd share. He would tell me about it again. So he's going to tell me about it, and Beckers is going to quietly, patiently watch this thing, which is now the most exciting thing happening in our
It's just
universe.
like when your dad's in the back of a video.
I know. We've always got some.
Okay, well, I did a review on my channel, and you were surprised that I said it wasn't as bad as I was expecting.
Yeah.
But I'd still put it under meh.
Yeah. I said I've been watching reviews on this like crazy. And everybody has been like either it's horrible and insultingly bad or meh.
Yeah.
It ranges in between that. Nobody was like, oh, it was good. I think like I've seen one or two videos where people liked it.
Mm-hmm.
And so
yeah.
Go to mom. Mom's got, shotguns.
Anyway.
She's
Anyways,
gonna shoot turkeys, pheasants. So, but you said it was in between.
It's above Dune.
Awful and
it's above Dune because I was never bored.
It's like it's above the center of the universe, or the core of the earth.
There are some good. I enjoyed the opening sequence, which was kind of a paid attention to her, which is basically an homage to the original. Someone gets scared. You see stuff flying around. That was fun. But the one thing I told you about, which you've already heard before, the first major ghost joke is a queef joke. And it's when they're listening to like a tape recorder, and they all lean up closely, and then suddenly you hear and then they're like, oh look, we heard a noise, and that's someone says like that's amazing or something like that, and then the blonde says, would it be more amazing if I told you it came from the front?
This is an insult. This is an insult to the original work.
Then there is a poop joke that's ongoing. Ed Begley Jr. You know who Ed Begley Jr. is? The actor.
Does it matter?
Okay. Well, he's a known actor.
Wait, is he the guy from Not in Living Color? What was the other one?
I don't know.
No. Okay.
You recognize his face. He is the one that called the Ghostbusters. Blah blah blah. He's talking to like one of the people that works at the haunted hotel, and he's talking about how, it caused this one person to constantly poop his pants over and over again. So it's an ongoing poop joke. And then they keep going with the poop joke because one of them asks, are you sure it was the ghost? Because if you had some bad food, they would also cause you to poop your pants. They probably say poop like 5 times within 10 seconds.
Are you waiting for a response? I'm just going to stab out my eyes.
Leslie Jones, the black lady, was not as annoying
A lot
as
of people said that.
The worst thing you've ever seen about her is in the trailers that you've already seen. A lot of my chuckles, that type of stuff, reactions, was from her. Yeah. Her one-liners were pretty good.
That's what was
she's actually very down to earth. There's a couple, I know history about New York, I can do this type of stuff. You made a funny rabbit. But so she's likable. The blonde chick, I liked her a lot. She was fun. I hated Melissa McCarthy. There's an ongoing joke that Melissa McCarthy loves Chinese food.
No.
The first time you see her, she's getting wontons and she's yelling at the delivery guy that there's not enough wontons in her soup this time. So the next time, she has too many wontons in the soup. Eventually, they can't afford to live in the firehouse, so they have to live above the Chinese restaurant. And then he's always saying how I'm going to constantly see you. One of these days, you're going to have to get the wontons right.
At least she understands the concept of staying in frame.
So there's that.
I've worked with actors that couldn't figure that out. We have to be able to see.
The cameos by the original cast members. Annie Potts was hilarious. But Annie Potts is playing the same character. She's a receptionist at a hotel who's pissed off, blah, blah, blah. So she's in it for 30 seconds. I enjoyed her. Ernie Hudson shows up. Of course, he's the uncle of Leslie Jones because, she's black. And he owns a funeral home, and that's where they get Ecto-1. She borrows one of the hearses, and then he's mad that they painted the hearse up to look like Ecto-1, and he's got a funeral to take it to type of thing. He was funny, and his rapport with Leslie Jones was actually good for the 10 seconds he's in it. Dan Aykroyd sucked.
Yeah.
He is a cab driver, and Kristen Wiig is trying to get a cab to go to Chinatown. He says, "Oh, no, I never go to Chinatown." And she says, "There's ghosts everywhere." He's like, "Oh, those are just class 5 roaming vapors and blah, blah, blah. And I don't go to Chinatown, and I ain't scared of no ghosts." And drives away.
Did they do the double negative?
No, that was taken out.
Thank God.
I see you. The best cameo was Sigourney Weaver. She made me laugh out loud the one time in this 2-hour film. She was great for 30 seconds. The worst cameo, other than Ozzy Osbourne in it for 2 seconds, was Bill Murray. Bill Murray was horrible. Shh, quiet down. Bill Murray was horrible. He is playing this famous guy who tries to debunk ghosts and stuff like that. He reminded me kind of like the William Peck guy from the first one, the EPA.
Walter Peck. Yeah.
And it would have been cool, but his performance was wooden. You could tell he was there for the paycheck. You could tell he didn't care. His cameo in Zombieland was a lot better. And
no running.
Hey, honey, stop.
What's the name of the monkey in Dora the Explorer? What's the name of the guy in Dora the Explorer that was like so and so knows such and such?
Don't know.
Oh.
I don't watch Dora the Explorer.
Good on you.
But he was horrible, and
no, go hang out, Mom.
Back
Uncle Zach's gonna be sexist. Uncle Whitey.
Go in there with Mom if you're not gonna be quiet. Okay, then be quiet. Bill Murray. Oh yeah, he was horrible. What was I saying? What else is there to talk about? The villain was horrible. You don't give a crap about him.
Yeah, everybody said that.
Eventually he does turn into like the giant ghost, like with the symbol, the Ghostbusters symbol. He turned into that.
Right.
The animation looked like garbage. He looked like a walking pillowcase. But when they zapped him and he burned, he did have a cool burn effect. And they defeat him by shooting him in the dick.
Yep.
So this isn't Anti-Man.
Not at all.
What else is there? Is there anything else I could talk about?
No.
Probably not.
No.
Oh, Chris Hemsworth. He plays the retarded secretary. So again, it's not Anti-Man, even though every man in this film is an asshole or stupid.
Right.
They make him so stupid. Like, not like he, ha, bumbling idiot. Like, he's so dumb he couldn't take care of himself, if he lived on his own stupid.
Yeah.
He is amazed that, he can't reach into a fish tank and grab the fish by going through the glass. He has no lenses in his glasses because they were, annoying him, so he thought it would be better, even though now he can't see. These are the jokes we have. I will say there is jokes. There is one funny joke with Chris Hemsworth. After they do all the work and they save the world, he's taking credit for it. And he says, "Yeah, I was right over there making a sandwich, in the deli across the street." And they're like, "Yeah, so we just saved the world and you were over there busy making a sandwich?" And he says, "Yeah." Deadpan, it was funny. But this is one funny joke out of maybe a dozen attempts.
Yeah.
What else was there? I told you about the joke with Melissa McCarthy where she's taken away by like the winged ghost, like it looks like a bat, and it's carrying her around, and she says, "Oh no, I dropped my glasses, I can't find my glasses. Oh wait, they're right here in my hand."
Keep going.
That's really all there is. Which is weird because my video is like 36 minutes long.
Yeah.
But I also went through like a lot of the plot, in my video. But
do you remember a time when women had no rights and freedoms, and you could accuse a woman of being a witch and burn her at the cross?
Yeah, because she knew.
That's how far back this film has set women. That's how
And here's the
horrible.
thing.
That's what I
Well,
hear. That's how
here's the thing.
horrifying this sounds. Because you showed me that picture way back when this was first being announced,
The girl
with
power.
all the
Yeah.
women that were involved in it. I'm a writer. I'm a this. I'm a that. And everybody says it looks like shite. The acting is shite. The writing is shite. So all these women are shite.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you had your opportunity to be like, see, women are pretty kick-ass.
Mm-hmm.
We're capable. We can do things. And instead, you set them back to like the Stone Age.
Here's another thing. You know, I mentioned they made the men look stupid or like assholes. They go
So
to
fucking infantile.
they go to the dean of the college because they're getting kicked out, blah blah blah. And he's so retarded and he's so childish because basically he could just say, no, you're fired.
Mm-hmm.
End of scene. They make him do like a whole like middle finger gag, like he the stick your thumb in there and he goes. He does that, pops up the middle finger like it's a balloon. He does the whole, can you hear this? Let me turn it up for you. And then like throws it around like that. And this is ongoing.
This is a dean of a university.
Yes.
A major university.
Yeah, whatever is in like whatever NYU or
Yeah.
whatever it is. So again, making men look bad. I will say this: this film, like I said, it wasn't horrible. I was never bored. I did enjoy a little bit of it. I chuckled a little bit. It's better than Dune, but I'll never need to see it again. The problem with this film is not because it's for women.
Dune
that has
didn't
nothing
set gay guys back 50 years. This movie has.
Here's the thing, though. Everyone is saying, "Oh, you hate this film because you recast it with 4 women." Absolutely not. Because, like I just said, I enjoyed. I enjoyed the blonde
haven't heard
character.
that from anybody.
I'm hearing that
I
a
don't
lot.
think it exists.
No, Sony is saying that.
Sony is saying
But here's the thing.
that
It's
people
not
are saying that.
right.
But when I watch the reviews, I watch dozens of reviews.
It's not.
Nobody's saying
It's
that.
not because there's 4 women. Because 2 of those women I enjoyed for the most part. It's because it's not funny. It's not. I will say I also like the way the ghosts look. I had to throw that in there.
Right.
But it's because the jokes are bad. I didn't like a lot of the other characters. It's not a fun film. That's why it sucked.
Yeah.
Not because of the 4 actresses.
Right.
Because there are 2. Like I said, how much
They
did I
all
say?
have a repertoire of whether it's being on SNL or being in other Paul Feig films. They all have a repertoire.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have Kristen Wiig.
Mm-hmm.
I saw in
Bridesmaids.
the one of Simon Pegg in the Alien. Paul.
She was in Paul?
Yeah, wasn't she?
I don't know.
Yeah, she was good with the eye patch.
Oh,
the eye thing.
News to me.
Yeah, so I'm like, they all have a history of capable of being funny.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not on them per se.
Melissa McCarthy's had successful comedies in the movie theaters.
I'm told.
But the thing is, and like I'm saying right here, I said it in my video, and I'm saying it here. Leslie Jones looked like she'd be horrible. She was not. Yeah. She was not. She was kind of obnoxious, but here's the thing. I don't think that's the character. I've seen her in other clips. That's just her. She's just loud and abrasive. But she's not that throughout the entire film. Like I said, I've chuckled a few times.
There's also, and a lot of people, that's what was interesting about watching the reviews, is that some people are like, I didn't mind the ghost, and some people are like, the ghost looked like a Scooby-Doo movie.
They did, and I like that. I love the way it looked.
Did you like it or did I like it? Some people were like, I thought Kristen Wiig and Melissa McCarthy were great, and I thought the other 2 were horrible. So and then other people were like, no, it's Leslie Jones and it's a lesbian lady. Mm-hmm. So everybody who had like these 2 had chemistry. No, it was these 2.
They didn't really have.
These 2 are the best. These 2 are the worst.
Nobody didn't really have chemistry together.
That's what everybody said.
But there were some like funny lines. A bit that got me laughing is when they're in the subway, and it's the first time they're going to try the proton packs. And the blonde lady, she's the genius. She's Egon. Okay, she's the one making all the equipment.
She's supposed to play that role. I'm going to respond to that in a minute.
She gives the proton pack to Kristen Wiig, and Kristen's like, "Why am I the one shooting this, nuclear weapon?" And basically, she says, "Because you have the longest arms. Because they've never tested before." I chuckled at that.
So it's supposed to be silly.
Yeah, but I thought that was funny because just the rapport.
The absurdity of the statement.
Mm-hmm. And what do you want to say about the Egon character?
This was one of the problems that a number of people chimed in on, and this is the problem I have with the film, from what I'm hearing,
Mm-hmm.
is it's like with Egon and Ray,
Mm-hmm.
you could believe they were scientists.
Mm-hmm.
And Peter Venkman was like a faux scientist. He was a con man
yeah. Mm-hmm.
and a womanizer. But that's fun. That gives you he was the straight man
Yeah.
until Winston showed up, and then Winston was the straight man to their absurdity.
Mm-hmm.
But you could believe those two characters were scientists,
Mm-hmm.
and you could believe that Dr. Venkman was in the academic world.
Yeah.
From what I'm hearing, though, it's like the blonde lesbian lady, McKinnon, Kate McKinnon is too zany to believe she's a scientist, and there's so much they do where it's like it's hard to believe that they are scientists, and that's kind of at the core.
It's hard to believe.
That's the core
Melissa
of
McCarthy
the story.
is it? It's hard to believe Melissa McCarthy is, not because it's Melissa McCarthy, but the way she acts so childish. She's like a baby. She's like a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
You think Kate McKinnon's too zany? I loved it.
I really did.
It. I know.
I'm going off of what I've heard.
I loved it because she was fun in a group of almost unfunny characters. She reminded me of like a mad scientist.
Yeah.
She kind of like Doc Brown from Back to the Future, like that zaniness.
Okay.
So I thought she was 100% fun. And what was cool is she was so popular, apparently, they did some reshoots and they gave her own action sequence at the end. And it was fun. It was absolutely fun. So I stand by saying she was a fun character.
Okay.
But you will never know.
What I've seen, I will watch this. Like I said, I'm not gonna. You said you streamed it illegally.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Let's wait a little bit until we get to our prelude to a review series.
Let's wait until Jesus comes back.
Anyways, yeah.
It's the thing of it is, it's like it feels so forced and so.
A lot of the jokes were
genuine.
Yes, a lot of it was very forced.
And so everybody's been saying this. I've said it before. It's like they had an agenda to say "F you" to men and girl power.
You could see that.
And it was so. Well, hold on. So,
okay.
But the problem is, it's like if you're gonna do that, now don't have the girls be retarded.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they did. And don't have the humor. Like, so it's like, see, we're not getting a fair shake because we're women. We'll show you queef joke.
Yeah.
And then you made everybody's point. Like, because there's a big to-do about the wage gap and feminism right now. And a lot of people are saying, the wage gap isn't really a thing and all this stuff. Milo Yiannopoulos, if you heard, you haven't heard. So it's like, here's this opportunity for women to have a shining moment. So we can be classy and intelligent and make great comedies. And there was a big thing with Christopher Hitchens, if you've heard. Hitchens had a big to do before he passed away of cancer a couple years back, where he wrote an article about why women aren't funny, as funny as men, and it goes to music, it goes to everything. Dudes tend to be the filmmakers, the screenwriters, the most successful actors, the big box office draws. Dudes, and why not chicks? And so it's like, see, we're not getting a fair shake because of this, and then you answer the question. Here's why. Why you aren't the box office draws. Here's why you don't get the writing opportunities. And everything else.
One thing I didn't mention to you when we were discussing.
Because you put up a crap.
We didn't discuss off camera. Is Paul Feig, however you pronounce his name, he threw in a couple fuck yous to the haters.
Mm-hmm.
There's a scene where after they see the first joke or the first ghost, and she gets slimed, and then they upload it to YouTube, and they take a direct shot at all the people that hated female Ghostbusters because they're looking at all the comments, and one of them reads, "Ain't no bitches gonna catch no ghosts." So that right there is a direct shot at the people that hated female Ghostbusters, which is fine. They were being hated for female Ghostbusters without seeing the finished product. But the fact that they had to throw that in there but they go back to YouTube again. They upload a second YouTube video, and the next comment they read a bad comment, And then Melissa McCarthy says, "Oh, don't pay attention to YouTube comments. It's all written in 2 a.m. by a bunch of stoned losers anyway." So that's two shots.
And then like everybody said, stone losers, you say? You mean your core fucking audience?
I mean, I understand like
The point
I understand one shot at YouTube because this trailer got destroyed on YouTube.
Yes, they did.
So I understand them taking one shot, but the fact is that they forced in two jokes was bad.
Now let's juxtapose all of that with Kevin Smith. And remember how they were talking about Dogma, and there was that protest. Remember, he joined.
He joined the protest, yeah.
That's smooth. That's savvy. That's IQ is in the double digits. This is. Don't forget to wear the helmet when you leave.
This was childish. I'll say this: if you take your child to see this film, if your child is between the ages of 8 and 11, they'll probably enjoy it. You know, and there are people out there that enjoy this film. More power to you.
Yeah.
If you like, I hate poop jokes.
Yeah.
My wife loves them. She might enjoy Ghostbusters. More power to you. I've gotten on your butt many times about how I hate shit in a hat.
Jokes, yeah.
So that's just me. But I think you'll hate this film more than just, poop jokes.
I was about to say something different, but I forgot. But it's like the same thing as we were talking way back about how J.J. Abrams was taking Star Trek and making it Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
They took Scooby-Doo, or they took Ghostbusters and made it Scooby-Doo.
Mm-hmm.
It's like...
But the problem is, though, I love the Scooby-Doo movies. I have fun with those.
That's fine. No, that's fine, but it's like a different movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different type of movie. If you took... I mean, this is the best example. If you took Ghostbusters and made it a queef joke, you took this smart, classy, intelligent script with some great actors and charisma, all this, and you just like wiped your ass with it. That's what they did. And it's just like, ew. And it, not only from a standpoint of, but it's like, it's an F you to women. So I saw one review. This was going to say, was one review where a lady was like, there's a lot of young girls there. I'm glad to see a lot of young girls with positive role models that they can do all stuff. I'm like, that's not a positive role model. These women are running around being buffoons. That's not like a positive role model. Like a positive role model would be Ellen Ripley.
Yes.
You want women to learn to take leadership? Go watch Alien and Aliens.
Terminator 2.
Terminator 2. Sarah Connor. And even to an extent the first one, because I was just watching.
She changes from the damsel in distress to the one that kills the Terminator.
The heck was it? Just watching Fried Green Tomatoes. We'll talk about that later. Got another one coming up. But it's like I like the fact that the fat lady Kathy Bates starts out as this helpless. Oh, why is this happening to me? And she takes power over her life. That's a positive role model. There you go. But teaching women to be like teaching women to hate men, and then teaching to be petty, and again, you didn't get a good review on your film. Hate the whole gender, and then like that's not teaching leadership. That's teaching to be petty and infantile, and it's teaching people to be bad people. That's go be a feminist, go be a bad person, which is what feminism has become. So it's like teach young women, they're gonna go see this, and gonna be, oh, be petty and be a cunt to everybody. Why? When your objective was to help people, you just screwed them over in the worst possible way. I didn't think I'd be this pissed off about this film, and I hate it. But yeah, show young women some positive role models. Ellen Ripley is a positive role model. Sarah Connor's, if you want to see, here's some women in leadership roles. Who loves movies with women in leadership roles? Dudes! That's the other thing. They're like, and there's this whole mythos about
I love a strong female character. I watched The Walking Dead.
About how dudes are sexist and dudes are hateful and we're just violent and we're mean to everybody. All this stuff, and we're horrible. And women are really nice, right? No, women are cynical and self-serving and stab you in the back to other women. And it's dudes that'll be like, bro, code, bro. So it's like everything that they're saying, it's all the inverse of what they're saying it is.
Well, and
It's
the
a
thing,
massive insult to just
I
everything.
love a strong female character. I work with 90% women. Okay, and we talk Walking Dead all the time.
I'm
And
gonna
there's
find Paul Feig and harm him physically.
and there's
Like,
there's
that's
the
just what's
character,
coming
the
down.
character Michonne. She's a strong black woman who takes no
There you
shit,
go.
and she's got this mysterious past, and she's taking out zombies left and right. She doesn't let any man tell her what to do. And she's one of my favorite characters because they've of course changed her character after like 6 seasons, but when she first started, she was a strong, badass character, and she was for the longest time my favorite character because of that.
Mhm.
So yes, I make boob jokes and vagina jokes all the
Mhm.
time. I'm childish when it comes to women, but I also like my strong female characters.
Yeah, we have respect for women, and even when you're critical of someone, you're critical out of respect.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody went and did something, um, let's say Mrs. Cracker went and got into a bar fight and got in trouble with the police,
Mm-hmm.
and took out a credit card and had $30,000 worth of debt, and you're like, that's fine, honey, whatever. You're gonna be upset because you care.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you critical, I've lost my train of thought completely. But when you're critical of women out of respect and concern and
Mm-hmm.
love for them,
Mm-hmm.
not out of spite for them.
Right.
And this film read it all wrong, where it's like dudes are morons and poop jokes, and it's like, no, dudes are more respectful of women than women of men,
And that's
generally
why
speaking.
in the end the victim gets shot in the dick.
Yeah, because women are spiteful. Not all women, of course, Mrs. Cracker being an exception, but it's like, here's an example. Again, take Kevin Smith.
Mm-hmm.
What'd he do? He took the high road, classy road, and was better than the people criticizing him.
Mm-hmm.
He had that great bit about how him and who's the guy he's always working with? His producer,
Scott Mosier.
Scott Mosier. And they sat there, and oh no, it wasn't Scott Mosier. It was one of the other guys.
Okay.
Brian Johnson. And they sat there and made signs, and they put all this effort into the
Mm-hmm.
signs, and they showed these really nice elaborate signs, and the other guy was like, "Dogma sucks."
Yeah.
And so it's like, don't teach women, young girls, to be petty
Mm-hmm.
and selfish, and when you don't get your way, throw a temper tantrum. Teach people to be classy and better than their critics. And that's what Kevin Smith did. He, to a whole generation of people, be a classy, cool dude. And this is teaching women, be selfish, be petty, be assholes to everybody you come across. I hate it on so many fucking levels, dude. I hate it on so many
And you
levels.
haven't even seen the film.
I haven't even seen the movie yet. I want to kill that little bug there, but it's not Paul Feig. So I'm gonna. Oh, damn.
So thank you for watching Whitey the White Guy.
Yeah,
like and subscribe.
I feel better. I got that off with my chest.
Yeah, like, subscribe, usual spiel. Good journey. Can you do a good journey after all this?
Yeah.
Good journey.